Today we're going to make a spicy chai candle with a citrus twist. My name is Karen Williams. As a professional aromatherapist, I love to create amazing blends that inspire and promote a healthier lifestyle. Exactly what we want when we're trying to cool down a sunburn. I got my start many years ago as a registered nurse working in the hospital system. This recipe is amazing because it's so cleansing and simple. We're not just masking the air, we're improving it. But along the way, I knew something was missing. I wanted to help people more holistically. So what you're seeing today is really a culmination of all the research that I've done. Then I discovered essential oils, and my approach to life changed forever. And you'll feel that calm but yet energetic focus that you're looking for. Now I've made it my mission to share what I've learned about aromatherapy with my friends, family, and the world. If you have smaller children, just simply leave out the Ravensara or put it on yourself as you're holding your small one, and they'll get the benefit as well. Because life is so much better with health, happiness, and community. Let's start blending. When I first started making candles, it took me a lot of research. I spent hours researching just the wicks themselves. I took beeswax and all kinds of different materials to make my candles. I did little tests of them to see how big of a wick I needed, how big of a container I needed, and how much essential oil I needed to get the aroma that I wanted from the candle. So what you're seeing today is really a culmination of all the research that I've done. Now there's a lot of different ways to make candles, but I like to keep things really simple and really easy because I'm a busy person like I know you are too. I'm going to show you how to make this candle. I'm going to show you how much essential oil to use, and then you can customize this. Maybe you would rather have a lavender citrus candle, or maybe you want something really exotic like jasmine. You can choose what you want in your candle. The more that we work with pure essential oils, we find that we really can't tolerate the synthetic oils, the fragrance oils anymore, because they're not supporting our bodies. In fact, they can cause a lot of allergies. So when I first started getting into essential oils, and I love candles, I always have, I noticed that a lot of people used synthetic fragrance oils in their candles. Even if it's a candle that I'm making, I still choose the highest quality essential oils to make my candle because I'm breathing in that fragrance, that aroma. And this aroma really affects our olfactory systems. The tools that we're going to use today, number one, a graduated cylinder where I'm going to drop in all of the essential oils for the entire candle into one blend. I also have a weight scale here that I'm going to weigh out my beeswax, and I have a couple of other things that I'll show you. We need to melt the beeswax, and when you melt your beeswax, make sure that you have a dedicated container because they get all scruffy looking and they get wax inside, and that's really hard to get off. I have something with a handle on it that I can easily put into my double boiler, which I'll show you in just a moment, or you can go something really simple, like get a can. This isn't a can, you can get a tin can to melt your beeswax in. To make this candle today, we have an 8-ounce jar, but you know what? You can use any recycled jar that you might have. You can use yogurt jars or jam jars. Anything that's glass, you can use. I also have a glass stir rod that I'm going to use to blend the essential oils into my beeswax once it's melted. I'm also going to use this to set the wick on top of my jar so that it stays very centered. I also have a couple of hemp wicks. Now these are already covered in wax, so they're really easy to use, and I'll just be putting a drop of beeswax on the bottom to set this on the bottom, and then I'll be using my glass stir rod again to help set that right in the center of the jar. There's a lot of lead-based wicks out there, and we don't want that in our systems. Those are not healthy for us. As you burn the hemp wick, you're not getting any kind of toxic fumes happening in the air. You're just getting pure essential oils. Today, we are going to be using beautiful spice oils of black pepper, clove bud, ginger, and this is our citrus twist, is wild orange. Back behind me is my double boiler that I'm going to be putting my beeswax in my container and setting this back in my double boiler. Let's start by measuring out our beeswax. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. You want to keep it as simple as possible and not make things hard. So we'll take our beeswax, turn my weight scale on to ounces, and I'm going to pour in 4 ounces. There, I've got 4 ounces. Now I left the rest of it so I could show you the second way of doing this, and that is you want twice the amount of beeswax as your container. So you can pour your beeswax directly in to your jar. So now I have 8 ounces of beeswax. I'm going to put it directly into my container that I'll be melting the beeswax. I'm just going to step to the back here now and put this in so it can start melting while I tell you all about the essential oils. There we go. You just want to do it so that the beeswax doesn't tip over and water gets into the beeswax. Now that we have that going, let's concentrate on what else we're going to do and measure out our essential oils so we're all ready to go once that beeswax is melted. For an 8-ounce container of melted beeswax, we can safely use 8 mils of essential oil. We'll be doing 45 drops of each one. 45 drops is about approximately 2 mils of oil. You don't have to be absolutely exact. You can get a little bit more or a little bit less and you'll be just fine. So black pepper is going to give our chai spice that extra little kick, that extra little exotic spiciness to it. Black pepper is used in a lot of perfumes, in fact. So we'll go ahead and start blending our essential oils. And if you don't have a graduated cylinder, just count out the 45 drops. It doesn't take that long. There we go, 45 drops of our black pepper. Our second oil is clove bud. I love putting clove bud into my blends as it brings out the aroma of the different oils that we use. I can't wait to burn this candle. That one's coming out just a little bit slower. There we go. Our next oil is ginger. Now, clove bud and ginger both are very warm oils. In fact, they're kind of considered hot oils. Now, ginger is something that we cook with all the time. We might use it in several of our sweet dishes as well as our savory dishes. Ginger is well known to support the digestive system, and it's a very calming oil as well. It also energizes the mind. This is a fresh ginger, which means it was distilled from fresh ginger versus the dried rhizomes. It just smells just like you've grated the ginger. Now, if you prefer to have a little bit more of a citrus aroma, you can add more citrus and less of one of these other oils. I love the little bit of citrus that comes through though when we use our wild orange. You could use any citrus. Wild orange just goes really well with these spice oils, but regular sweet orange is the same thing as wild orange. It's just that wild orange is gathered from an orchard that just grows wild. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a more vibrant aroma, but it has the same therapeutic values. Now, I talked about these spice oils being really good for your digestion. Sweet orange, whether it's wild orange or cultivated orange, is super good for your digestive system as well. Plus, this gives us an uplifted feeling for all of our emotions. So while the ginger, clove bud, and black pepper are a little bit more earthy, now we have this sweet orange that is very uplifting, and with the top notes, it makes a beautiful blend. We'll put our last 2 mils in. And now we're going to use our stir rod and just mix these essential oils all together. And we're ready for our beeswax candle. Let's step back and take a look. Take another few minutes and our beeswax will be all melted. I want to tell you another way that you can use these very same essential oils, and that is in a diffuser. This diffuser uses tap water, and I love this little diffuser that I get from Aromatics International as it's glass, and you know I like glass. So to start off with, this diffuser uses tap water, and I have tap water right here. There's a line that you fill it to. You don't want to go over the line because that will automatically stop the diffuser from working. And then you just drop in your essential oils. I'm going to put in 2 drops of each essential oil for a total of 8 drops. And we're still going to get that ambience. The difference with using a diffuser is that this is an active diffusion. It's going to come out and diffuse into the whole room. Whereas our beautiful candle is what we call a passive diffusion. It's there mainly for ambience, but we're still getting some of that benefit. So we'll pop in 2 drops of our black pepper. And again, you can modify this to your own personal taste. 2 drops of our clove bud. There we go. 2 drops of our fresh ginger. There we go. And then 2 drops of our uplifting wild sweet orange. This smells beautiful. Now we just put the top on. I'm going to put it over here and actually plug it in, and I'll be smelling this as we finish our candle. I'm going to move my beeswax out of the way. And by the way, if you get an extra drop of one of the oils or an extra 2 to 3 drops in your diffuser blend, you absolutely don't need to worry about that. This is not going on topically, it's just diffusing into the air. See how beautiful that is and how it just comes out in a nice steamy fashion. That really is gorgeous. That sweet orange, the wild orange that we have in here, just kind of takes this whole blend up a notch. All right, well, I think our beeswax might be ready. I'm going to show you how to put the wick into the bottom of the jar. I'm just going to take my wick, dip it into my wax, put it in my jar, and I want it exactly centered in the jar. And then take your glass stir rod or a chopstick or a piece of wood even, and just tamp it down. Now I'm going to wind this wick right around this to help center it and keep it straight. Just going to wind it, take all the tension out. Go. Now that it's cooled for just a little bit, we're going to take our essential oil blend, and now you see why we blended it ahead of time. We don't have to take the time to drop every single drop in here. I'm going to pour this in. Now, if you have a second stir rod, you can just give it a little bit of a stir. And now we're ready to pour it into our candle. So I've got everything centered, and just on the side, I'm going to start pouring it in. I do it in one pour, clear up to the top. There we go. Now I'm going to let this set for quite a while, probably about 10 minutes. Let that set, and then I'm going to slowly unwind the wick, and I'm going to put the cap on it so that I can keep those essential oils in there until this candle is well solidified. Now I want to show you the finished product once the candle has solidified. So in the meantime, let me tell you about a really easy way for you to make this very same candle. We've put together a kit for you that has 16 ounces of this beautiful beeswax that smells good all on its own, 2 jars so you can make 2 candles. You'll have 2 wicks, and you'll have 2 glass stir rods that you have one to curl your wick around and one to stir in your essential oils. And also you'll be getting the 5 ml of each of these oils. You'll have enough to make the 2 candles as well as your beautiful diffuser blend. So it looks like we're mostly solidified here. I've cleaned up my workspace, and now we've just got this beautiful candle sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and clip the wick, not too short, just like that. It is so beautiful. It's still warm as well, so I'm going to let this sit for another 48 hours, and then I'm going to come back and light it. Okay, here's the moment we've been waiting for. I'm going to light our brand new beeswax candle. Now that I've lit this, I'm going to let it burn until it burns evenly to the outside edges. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.